The United States men's national team, USMNT, suffered a disappointing 2-1 defeat against Turkey in a friendly match played on a rainy Saturday. The loss, marked by defensive errors and a lack of cohesion, raises concerns as the team prepares for the Concacaf Gold Cup and looks ahead to co-hosting the 2026 World Cup. Jack McGlynn's early goal provided a glimmer of hope for the Americans, but Turkey responded with two quick goals from Arda Güler and Kerem Aktürkoğlu, turning the tide in their favor. The USMNT, missing several key players and fielding a revamped roster under coach Mauricio Pochettino, struggled to mount a comeback. The match began brightly for the USMNT. Just 59 seconds into the game, McGlynn received a pass from Malik Tillman, skillfully navigated through the Turkish defense, and unleashed a curling left-footed shot from just outside the penalty area that found the far corner of the net. The goal, McGlynn's second in 5 international appearances, marked the earliest goal for the USMNT since Shaq Moore's strike against Canada in the 2021 Concacaf Gold Cup. However, the early lead proved to be short-lived. Turkey, displaying composure and capitalizing on USMNT's defensive lapses, quickly turned the game around. The turning point of the match came midway through the first half when the USMNT defense faltered. In the 24th minute, goalkeeper Matt Freese, making his international debut, tapped the ball to Johnny Cardoso, whose attempted pass ricocheted off a leg and past Freese, allowing Arda Güler to equalize for Turkey. Just 2 minutes and 20 seconds later, in the 27th minute, Turkey struck again. Oguz Aydın's shot was poorly cleared by Miles Robinson, sending the ball to Kerem Aktürkoğlu, who expertly volleyed a bouncing shot past Freese, giving Turkey the lead. These two goals, within a short span, exposed the defensive frailties that have plagued the USMNT recently. The lack of communication and coordination in the backline allowed Turkey to capitalize on the slightest of errors, ultimately proving to be the difference in the match. Following a disappointing performance at the CONCACAF Nations League Final Four in March, coach Mauricio Pochettino opted to overhaul the USMNT roster for this friendly. He made 8 changes to the starting lineup from the loss to Canada, retaining only left-back Max Arfsten, winger Diego Luna, and forward Patrick Adjemang. The match saw debuts for defender Alex Freeman, son of former NFL All-Pro receiver Antonio Freeman, and goalkeeper Matt Freese. While experimentation is understandable in a friendly setting, the lack of familiarity and cohesion within the team was evident, particularly in the defensive lapses that led to Turkey's goals. With the CONCACAF Gold Cup looming and the 2026 World Cup on the horizon, Pochettino faces the challenge of finding the right balance between experimentation and establishing a consistent and reliable squad. The defeat against Turkey marked the USMNT's 3rd consecutive loss, a worrying trend for a team with aspirations of competing at the highest level. This is the 2nd time in a year that the team has suffered a 3-game losing streak. The Americans have a 5-4 record under Pochettino, who took over after the U.S. Soccer Federation fired Greg Berhalter following a disappointing first-round elimination in last year's Copa America. While Pochettino has emphasized the importance of building a long-term strategy and developing young talent, the recent results have raised questions about the team's immediate competitiveness. The lack of defensive solidity and the inability to maintain consistency throughout matches are issues that need to be addressed quickly. The USMNT will have another opportunity to address these concerns when they face Switzerland in a friendly match in Nashville, Tennessee, on Tuesday. This match will be crucial for Pochettino to further evaluate his squad and identify areas for improvement before the start of the CONCACAF Gold Cup on June 15, where the USMNT will open their campaign against Trinidad and Tobago. The Gold Cup represents an important opportunity for the USMNT to regain momentum and restore confidence. However, they will need to address their defensive vulnerabilities and find greater consistency in their performances to compete for the title. The road to the 2026 World Cup will be paved with challenges, and the USMNT must learn from these recent setbacks to build a stronger and more resilient team. The performance against Turkey served as a stark reminder of the work that lies ahead. As the USMNT prepares for crucial tournaments, Pochettino and his staff will need to focus on solidifying the defense, fostering greater cohesion within the team, and instilling a winning mentality to ensure that the team is ready to compete on the world stage.